Welcome back to the Wrecking Ball map guide, and the very first thing we want to do in Gibraltar is push the payload up until this corner, and this will buy time for your teammates to set up. And once you see that they're ready to go, then you go for this easy grapple, something you want to do repeatedly. You grapple on the right side of this building, and it's quite flexible with who or what you're trying to aim for, so yeah, use it as you wish. There's also this more daring grapple just to add one more extra element to the enemies so that they have to keep on guessing. Now the plan from here is to take complete control of the high ground after you get the cart underneath the bridge. This wall jump will come in handy on attack and defense, so use that as you wish to contest people up there. You also want to clear people off tarps, and the point of this is to allow your supports to rotate in server room or even that other high ground that we saw previously. They have good angles as well as the mega pack, and you've got the stair flank. Because the supports normally like to sit on the top right side, you need to try and find a flank angle to try and contest them, because otherwise it's pretty hard to break. This is one creative grapple where you can maybe boot people off high ground, but just contest them for free, as well as underneath where you can slam on them as well. On point B, this spaceship is the area that you're going to fight tooth and nail for. This is the place where you want to be because it gives you a lot of access to the map, especially for enabling some slams. And just shooting enemies to bait out cooldowns is one effective strategy. And of course, if anyone comes up here, boop them off. This map is infamous for being very tough to crack, so sometimes the best thing you gotta do is just push the payload if spaceship is off limits. And the idea is that someone is forced to drop, and that's when you can try and take control of the spaceship again. Another place that you can go is on the right side on this high ground, and just to change your approach angle, you can grapple in the spaceship and try and boop someone into your territory, and maybe that will line up for a kill. The next step that should be a little bit easier to do is stuff all the doorways so that enemies can't escape. It's very tough for the enemies to deal with you when you do this because of the narrow chokes. And you can even go on the left side staircase where you do the exact same thing. You boot people backwards. You can even slam to really secure it. And if enemies take the other doorway, you also stuff that one. A problem with point C is that enemies like to play on high ground, and it's not very clear how Wrecking Ball deals with that. But if you go on this flank here, since everyone is on that high ground not able to check you, you can get on this flank pretty easily. You can contest the other supports who are on low ground like the sauna, or even slam on high ground. And by that, I hope that your teammate does something, because that's the best you can do. We still want to push the payload, so either way it works. If you push the payload, then go for the high ground attack, or your teammates go for the high ground attack. Doesn't really matter. This is going to be a common position though that you will use, especially if people aren't on the right side, where you want to go for the swing around grapple and knock people off the catwalk. And then from here, you can be a pain in their side. Enemies who are specifically tucked away in the corner between the pipes and silo, you want to remember this grapple where you can possibly boop them off, but it's important that you know how to wall jump here so you don't get stuck on the enemy side with no grapple. The end of point C is really tough, so you kind of want to make it a deathmatch arena. Minefield is actually very good here to cover a lot of land. Another idea is this flank grapple once again, and you can really aim it wherever you want, maybe boop the tank in so you can create a lot of pressure. But like I said, you want to make this a deathmatch arena, so just remember all the spots where you can slam for free, and there's a lot of easy wall jumps that you can do, especially on this slanted wall here. I don't know if you can corner wall jump. Well, either case, you can just jump off here and slam. And you've got the rucks as well to slam. It's defense point A, and we always want to set up inside this building here because it sets up a trap. If any enemies come in here, you boop them in, and you body block, and your other teammates can shoot them down. If they don't fall for your trap, you're still in a good position because you can always shoot from high ground, you control this catwalk, and you can scout enemy flanks so that you can maybe go for environmental kills. Just keep an eye on the payloads so that the enemies don't get free progress. You want to touch the objective once or twice in this section. You can do it by slamming, or just dropping and then grappling back up so that you can shoot again. Either way works. This is the area where you do want to stand your ground a little bit more because it gives your team great LOS. Now, if any enemies try and take that away from you, you want to deal with it because that's your main objective. This high ground area is very powerful, and enemies will make entire rotations to try and claim it. So it's up to you to try and slow it down. And you can do that with a slam, or you can set up on these stairs to beat people off and slow down the rotation. If the enemies have taken this space away from you, now you must try and deal with it and take it back. So you can try and go for this roll around grapple here. If they find themselves in server room, you've got 2 grapples, one on this side and another one on the opposite side to try and boop the Ana forward. Basically, all of these positions where you can boop the enemy supports forward, they're just going to die by your teammates. Defense point B is very similar to attack point B, where you want to stuff the doorways, and you want to always look for duels for enemies who are split. When enemies go for this rotation, you can just grapple on by and try and slam. You might not get a kill, but you'll force some resources. This mega room is very bunkerable for enemies. A couple ways you can deal with it is with minefield, because of course it just works that way. Or if you know your grapple spots, you can maybe boop and isolate a target. Now the cart is rounding the corner where the diva is, and the first thing you need to do is clear off the spaceship because that's your area where you want to attack from, and do whatever you can to knock people away from it. Even from low ground, you can use the spaceship as a resource to maybe create situations like this. Again, the reason we like spaceship is because you can get a free 100 damage with slam. Defense point C, you're going to let the objective get around this corner, and it's going to be one of your basic strategies to try and knock someone in. Setting up on this high ground is, in my opinion, less preferable, but you can still do the same thing by grappling and swinging through. But if you do have time, setting up behind them entirely for this type of grapple could be one easy way to win a team fight. You go here, you get a surprise grapple, boop someone in, they all die. And that's going to do it for the Wrecking Ball Gibraltar map guide. Now we're just going to show some rollouts for the fastest recontests while on defense. That's a style point wall jump there. And yeah, there's no more map overview for doing some of these interior maps. It's very hard to design, so that's why I've laid off of it. But yeah, enjoy these. Actually, important note here, don't use grapple. You want to use grapple for the spinny stuff at the end. So yeah, spin to win.